Here we are. It's Friday, the end of the week, and it's time for another digital download. Hi, everyone. Does everyone want to introduce themselves? So from my top left, we have Mr. Tim.
Hi, I'm Tim Hughes. I was trying to sort some content out, so I wasn't concentrating. I'm the CEO and co-founder of DLA Ignite, and that's me.
Fantastic. Then we have the wonderful Rob.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rob Durant, founder of Flywheel Results.
Then we've got Brittany over that side.
Hey, everyone. I'm Brittany, the Director of Digital Transformation at Little Bird.
The lovely this side, Mr. Doyle.
Yeah, the lovely this side. Yeah, the lovely this side. Not that side. That's the...
No, that's
yeah, absolutely. Hi, I'm Eric from Crux. You may have read that yourself.
And over there we have
William from William Shorten Learning Solutions, coach and learning consultant, and also with DLA Ignite.
And down here we have
last and least, I'm Tim's business partner at DLA Ignite. I'm Eric.
And I'm Nick, aka That Social Nerd, and I work with Eric at Crux and the wider DLA guys. I feel like, do you remember the Brady Bunch movie? I feel like we're in the Brady Bunch. You know, the
yes.
little intro
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I think someone's in. We've got someone in.
Do an official intro. Maybe an official intro that we could do.
Yes.
Yeah, like a Brady Bunch. So
yeah.
we've got a LinkedIn users just joined us. I'm not sure who that is.
That could be John Bloomfield. Let's take a guess at John Bloomfield, maybe, or someone else. Is it someone else?
Hello, Simon's here as well. Fantastic.
Simon, yeah.
So since it's April the 1st today, April Fool's Day, we're going to be talking about humour and using humour in our content to humanize our content. So a little bit of history around the subject of April Fool's Day. I was doing a little bit of Wikipediaing before I came on, looking back into the mist of time. So in Scotland, April Fool's Day was originally called Hunty Gauk Day, and the name is a corruption apparently of Hunt the Gauk, and Gauk being Scots for a cuckoo or a foolish person. So I did not know that.
Still hear it today in Scots. So Scots is mostly spoken in the sort of west of the country, south and west of the country. You'll hear a lot of Scots around Ayrshire and Glasgow and all of it, and you'll hear people being called Gauks or Daft Gauks or things like that. Yeah,
Egypt.
Yeah.
Egypts.
I've been called a Gauk many a time.
It's a term of endearment, I'm sure. And since it's April Fool's Day, we have there's a long history and association with pranking. And I found out, I'm sure I've heard this one before, but in 1957, the BBC show Panorama, which was very famous in its time, is a current affairs series. They did a show on Swiss spaghetti farmers picking spaghetti, and the BBC was flooded with requests at the time to purchase a spaghetti plant, forcing them to declare the film a hoax the next day. So there's another little tidbit of information there. Since we can't really start this properly without a bit of pre-preparation, I'd like to bring on a certain gentleman who's hopefully behind the scenes, Mr. Pete Can. If he's there.
Come on!
Is Pete there?
There's nobody here.
There's nobody.
Is that
here.
an April Fool, Tim?
No.
Tim?
No, it's not an April Fool. There is definitely no Pete here.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh, no, it is an April Fool. Here he is.
It was an April Fool.
You had me slightly worried there for a second because in true Nick fashion, I kind of threw this together at the last minute and sent Pete a little DM and said, Pete, would you mind popping on to the digital download, please? And lo and behold, here he is. So
Was it just loads of swear words and reply and then okay then? Fair enough.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what they call me.
Since we can't start this properly, and I don't think we can go into the show without doing this properly, we're going to do a little laughter exercise. So, Pete, if you want to take it away.
Fantastic. Well, look, Nick, thanks a lot for inviting me at the last minute. And yeah, here
Pleasure.
hoovering for the wife, making my wife happy by hoovering. But anyway, it's not about my hoovering and my chores, is it? It's about getting some laughter today. So what we're going to do then, first thing we're going to do, let's just get some breath into our body, shall we, guys? So let's put our hands in front of us like this. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. We're going to let out a long sigh. Now we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to let out a long ha. And that's all laughter is. It's just a howl and out breath. So we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to let out a long laugh. Okay, so we're going to hold our breath for 5 seconds and we're going to laugh for 10 seconds. Okay, like it's the funniest thing we've done all day. All right, so deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we just had a little spike in endorphin, serotonin, dopamine, just amazing chemicals in our brain. Okay, so that's how easy it is to laugh for no reason. I'm just going to show you 2 very quick and easy laughing exercises you can use any time of the day. Now, this first one's called a giggle phone. Now, we've all got a phone that looks a bit like this. Now, you can put your phone to your ear at any point of the day and just start laughing. There's no one on the other side, but nobody knows this, okay? So we're going to get our giggle phones. We're going to put it to our ear. We're going to start laughing like it's the funniest thing we've heard all day. Then we're going to pass it through the screen, and we're going to carry on laughing. So show me your giggle phones, everybody. And now breathe out. Okay. This last exercise I'm going to do is quite apt for today, okay? Because the thing is, when we've been on our giggle phone for the whole month, you get a giggle bill. Now, this bill can be a phone bill, credit card bill, it could be your energy bill. You can't change what's on this bit of paper, guys, but you can change the way we think about it. So I want you to show me your bills and just go. Breathe in, breathe out. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Brilliant, Pete. Thank you.
Fantastic. Cheers, Pete.
Pete, thank you so much.
See you later.
That was brilliant. Oh dear.
I know everyone's like this.
Yeah. What's? It's the intake. It's the intake.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's so
I
good.
think. I think.
You know how crazy we look with people logging on at that moment. We're
What
laughing.
on earth have I walked into? Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is this madness? I think it's hopefully everyone out there in the comment section, out there in the audience, is limbered up as well and is in the mood. I think it would be good for a bit of audience participation. I know Alistair's just put a comment there, but if anyone's found any good pranks that any brands or marketing departments have done, feel free to pop them in the comment section so we can do a bit of research.
Can they join in laughing by going ha 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 ha?
They can. They can. Yeah, some laughter emojis as well would be good. Okay, so on with the show. So I want to talk about the benefits of laughter on your mental health. I don't know if you know this or not, but some of the short-term mental health benefits of humour are organ stimulation. Now I won't mention which organs get stimulated by laughter.
Steady
But
on, chap.
a good laugh.
The Hammond organ.
A good laugh improves your intake of oxygen-rich air, as just demonstrated by Mr. Pete Can. This in turn stimulates organs such as the heart, lungs, and muscles, and your brain also releases endorphins, hormones that cause a feeling of pleasure and a relaxed mind. It's awesome for stress relief as well. So laughing activates your body's stress response mechanism, and this process changes your heart rate, leaving you in high spirits. And it's also great for relieving tension. So laughter also stimulates rapid blood circulation. When this happens, you may experience a calming sensation. It takes away tension and stress. Some of the long-term benefits are, again, a boost to the immune system. Positive thoughts lead to the release of neuropeptides. These are brain chemicals known to fight anxiety, stress, and other related mental conditions. Pain relief as well. A good laugh causes your body to release natural painkillers, thereby relieving you of physical pain. And positivity. Having a good sense of humor can help you interact and connect with other people. Positive thoughts and good relationships may assist you to cope by taking your mind off difficult situations. So we're going to talk obviously about how humor helps humanize our content and helps people kind of, I find that humor in content kind of helps level the kind of playing field, and it helps to bring people more towards you, especially on a platform where, like LinkedIn, where you have it's more business focused and more business related. So when you put out content that comes from left field a bit more, it seems to resonate more with people, because you're almost doing the opposite of what the platform expects you to do in terms of, we're just talking about business focused content all the time. So do we want to pull up our first content example?
Who do you want to go first?
Who wants to go first? You said you had a video to play, Eric. Can we?
I do have a little video. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
So this caught my eye. Given the fact that this was all about. So this caught my eye. This was posted by Stephen Sumner, the lovely Stephen Sumner, who posted. What happened there? You got rid of us.
I was trying to get that to. I don't know how to get that to be like a big.
Click on it. No, is it not happening? Try that now that it's kind of outlined. Try going onto that view, and it might be the big. Or are we going to get a big Tim again? Which is also something else I've been called in Glasgow.
Big Tim. Big Tim, small Tim.
So anyway, Stephen put this out that just caught my eye. When you get that content that just catches you and gets you laughing. So this came up. And he's talking about a very, very funny name for a furniture showroom that sells chairs called Shack of Sit. So I'll go back to.
You had to think about that one, didn't you?
Yeah,
I did. The Shack of Sit. Yes, Shack of Sit made me laugh out loud. Now, when I write on someone's content that just made me spit coffee. It normally happens when I'm about to take a swig of coffee that I open a piece of content like this, and it made me snort coffee up into my sinuses. So Stephen's content that he put out was this was the kind of headline. It was a lovely piece of content that was about how people trust the recommendations of influencers that they follow more than any other form of advertising. So it was a funny headline to catch the attention. And he's put some really cool stuff in here. In fact, 70% of millennial consumers are influenced by the recommendations of their peers in a buying decision. 30% of consumers are more likely to buy a product recommended by a non-celebrity consumer. Why? Consumers want to hear from other consumers, is his point. Very serious point. Largely due to their trustworthiness, relatability, and the fact that their followers value their opinion more. So, Stephen, your content caught my eye. That was what it looked like. Just going back to that again, the Shack of Sit. And it reminded me, I used to do a lot of work up and down the coast of West Africa. And it reminded me of something both beautiful and sad at the same time, and funny. I used to drive past my hotel at night, this sort of shanty kind of marketplace. And there was a little vacant lot at the end of the marketplace that seemed to be available to anyone that had something to sell. Now, we are just talking about wooden frames. And one more, I do have the photograph, and I racked my physical photographs to try and find it. But one day I drove past this, and a guy was sitting with his feet up in between two boxes. And written on a sign in paint that was dripping, it said wedding dresses and tennis balls. And he had a box of wedding dresses and a box of tennis balls. And he was selling them, just sell what you've got, right? And wedding dress, tennis balls. And I thought it's the best shop and the best business strategy I've ever seen. I've come across a box of tennis balls. I've come across a box of wedding dresses. Wedding dresses and tennis balls. That's going to be the name of my shop.
Very niche.
It's very niche and a target. He knew who he was selling to. He knew, want a game of tennis? I'm your man. Getting married? I'm your
At a
man.
tennis court? I'm your man.
Got a tennis court. I was like, wedding dresses and tennis balls is always stuck with me beautifully. So,
the SEO on that search.
So thank you so much to Stephen for posting the Shack of Sit, the place to go if you want to get an
I'm impressed that you've said that 3 times now.
Yeah, risky.
Yep.
What were you going to say, Bim?
No, it's great. This is actually the second time that this photo has crossed, or I've seen it. And the first time, completely non-related, my mom has a furniture reupholstery business called the Sewing Shack. And I was helping her rebrand and do a new logo. So in research, and I sent it to her, and I was like, what action kind of thing.
Oh,
it's
quite
just
right
funny.
too. Quite right too. Can we put?
Go ahead.
No. Carry on. That's the broad what?
It's just like such a broad reach, like something completely non-related, like over a year ago. Now this photo is being used on LinkedIn, a completely different set of people, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, it's like the circle completing itself. I just wanted to draw attention to perhaps the quickest and funniest, Laia Schmidt's Love Meets Love. Can you put that back up, Tim? I mean, that wedding dresses and tennis balls, that's quite cool.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Leah, well done.
Love means nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So well done, Steve.
There's a comment mentioning pain in the glass. I thought was pretty funny. Simon Wells.
Yeah, absolutely. Pain in the glass. We have a double glazing company called Pain in the Glass.
There's a hairdressers I remember as well, which was I think it was Curl Up and Die. I think.
Mine would be short and curlies, but
What's a hairdresser?
Yeah,
there's a hairdresser. There's a hairdresser in my local nearest big town, which is Ipswich, called Hairs and Graces.
Yeah.
However, and this is where humour doesn't work, is if people haven't understood what the pun is. So it's hairs, as in rabbit type hairs.
Oh no!
And it's like somebody said to them, "What have you done?" Well, it's a play on words, isn't it? Yeah, but it's only it has something to do with hairdressing.
But that's because someone said what you need to do is call your barbers at Hairs and Graces, and they went, oh yeah. So they went to the Simon and said, what's it going to be called? Hairs and Graces.
Have you seen the guy? There's a brilliant guy from the States on TikTok who he speaks like that, and he reads out bad grammar and bad spelling on tattoos. Have you seen him?
No, but I feel I need to now.
So he's like he'll read it and he'll be like there is, as in there apostrophe s, theirs is to reason why, mine is to know. And then goes, yeah, he's brilliant. He's worth following. He's brilliant. Absolutely great.
Who wants to go next?
That TED talk that you post with the pirate, this cold calling, or the telemarketers.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it?
Genius.
I sat on the couch. It reminded me of like America's Funniest Home Videos because I kept laughing. Like you have to get to the end of it, but it was great. I actually might sign up. I might.
Fantastic. Should we bring up your content next, Brittany?
Sure.
Yeah. Tim, do you want to risk pushing the button? Wait for Big Tim. Big Tim, here comes Big Tim. No pressure. No pressure.
Oh my god,
Tim.
it's 30 year old.
Hey!
Yes.
Which one's yours, Brittany?
It's the
This-
inbox. Yes. Yes.
This one.
So I think there's a tendency to, sorry, I'm echoing. Can you, am I good? I think there's a tendency to associate humor with silliness, but a lot of times in B2B, humor can be creativity based and actually end up being efficient, as in this case. This is a connection, and he just calls it like he sees it. He says, "Can we connect? Hi, Jonas. We never met, but I noticed we both breathe oxygen. Sounds like a good fit. Let's connect."
I never noticed the bottom part. I was reading the top part going, what's that about? That's just brilliant.
It's absolute genius.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
It reminds me of that. Have you seen that one where it's one of those like motivational videos where the guy's going for an interview and he's late for the interview because he has to save a little dog, and then he's late for the interview and he gets into the interview room and he walks in and the dog is the CEO. It's the same kind of humor.
That one's on the rounds a few times. I love. I mean, this is my bag. This kind of content.
It's like we both breathe oxygen.
So I mean, he got almost 10,000 likes, 400 comments on it, and yeah, he like blurred out the person's name, but others posting it too. I don't know. I'm not going to try. Action that would be
it shows that humor is a large part of being human, and it's proven that the humorous piece of content can work incredibly well in terms of reach on the platform. So yeah, do not underestimate the power of humor in your content. It's a biggie.
It's either humor or it's a huge dose of irony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's ironic, isn't it?
Just a little bit, Adam. Who is next? I think the only piece of content we've got left is probably Tim's. I think
there's 4 pieces of content left.
Ooh, nice. Who's next then?
I think this is you, actually, Nick.
So this is Rob Mayhew, head of influence at Fleischmann Hillard, and this is.
Shall I play the video?
Yeah, let's see if we can play it and see if we can got the sound.
The client has written a brief for April Fools. It's the fact that they've actually written a brief, the April Fool. Look, we need an idea that their customers will know as an April Fools, but the press will think is real. Like how BP and Shell pretend they're part of the climate change solution. I see. And how Heinz always pretend that they're no longer going to make salad cream, or how chocolate bars are getting smaller. Actually, I think that's true. Isn't it? So this is how product innovation works. We come up with something completely ridiculous, and then the brand are like, actually, that's quite a good idea. That's how they came up with non-alcoholic beer and April Fool and electric cars and the internet. And NFTs. NFTs were an April Fool. Why don't you two go home? I'll give this one to the freelance team.
His stuff is just magical. I love the self-deprecation in it and the kind of the jibes at kind of agency life, and his stuff is phenomenal. It just always gets and he's proven as well that he's recycling TikTok content, so there's very little production value there. He's repurposing content, but all of his content gets pretty good engagement.
Oh my god, yeah!
Across the board, he's just.
Did you see the one where he was like he was doing the marketing person with the idea, talking to the developer, and while he was talking to the developer with his red jumper on, he was stroking the screen, and the developer said, "If you touch my screen again, I'm going to kill you." And he went like that, and just stopped touching it.
that sounds sounds fairly accurate, to be honest.
Pointing at things on the screen, and you see the developer going like that. Don't touch the screen.
Don't touch it. Yeah, he's comedic timing and just he's self-awareness.
Very clever man.
No wonder he is the head of. I think his official title was head of influence, Fleischmann, which is.
And he's living and breathing it.
Well. Yeah, he is living the dream. Who have we got next? So I think we've got some content from Rob. Is that right? Have we got content from Rob, Will, and Adam? Tim?
I think so. Yeah, I'm going to go next.
Okay. Yep.
Which is I don't know if you know Joe Peterson. Joe is really, really good at making IT technical things simple. So you can follow her on Twitter and you can follow her on LinkedIn, and she does similar to the last one. Is that she finds a meme or a video or something that does what it says on the tin. So this is what is continuous monitoring. Now I don't know what continuous monitoring is, but it looks like this.
Oh.
So there you go.
That is
fantastic. Got it.
And all of these things that she picks out, complex IT things, and finds a little video or meme and connects the two together.
Humanizes it and pulls people in that way for subjects and topics that are probably quite complex, I guess, from an outside perspective. But again, another piece of repurposed content that looked like it was a TikTok video. So yeah, fantastic. Who do we have?
I'm just going to put Leah's comments.
Yeah, we've had quite a few comments on. Yeah,
and I'm stopping because it's quite a long one because I want to read it. So yeah.
So when we got a compact stereo, my mum inadvertently invented the touchscreen computer in the 90s. She tapped the screen to open it up. At the time, I didn't realise how ahead of her time she was.
I used to work on a drilling rig, and I was an electrician at the time. And the old storeman, sadly he's gone now, was really, really old chap. Should have been retired. Was Jock from Inverness, who used to be an English teacher in Inverness and a very interesting, eccentric person. And they just moved from a manual system in the stores. He was the head storeman to a computer, and he'd come on the rig with me on the same helicopter. And I'd been on for about an hour. I just put my coveralls on, and my page went out. Eric Doyle, come to the stores. Eric Doyle, come to the stores. So I went to the stores, and there was Jock hyperventilating over this green screen computer with this manual. And he's from Inverness, so he spoke like that. Rubber bumpers. Doyle, get in here and help me. I'm trying. Joe's left here that I moved the thing with the mouse, and he had the mouse on the screen. Was moving it around to try and put it over words. He said, but when I put the mouse over the word, I can't see it.
It reminds me. Have you seen Star Trek: The Voyage Home? You know, the one where they go and save the whales. Mm. There's a scene in there where Scotty's talking to the computer, and he's like, "No, you need to use the mouse," and he picks it up and goes, "Computer."
I love it.
We had the inverse of that when we were taking our kids around when they were changing school about 6 or 7 years ago, and they took us into the computer room, which was where they'd got all of these kind of PCs, and all that you could see on the PCs were fingerprints, because all the younger kids had gone in there thinking that these were touchscreen when they were old-fashioned.
I wonder if the next evolutionary leap is voice, and there's a big thing around voice. And you look at, again, referencing Star Trek, everything that we do with the computers is all voice activated. I wonder if we're ever going to get to that stage where it's there's no UI or touch interface or anything. It's just,
well, there already is with Alexa, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's everything you want. You just talk to it.
It's thought which is the next barrier.
Clint Eastwood in what was the one where he had to think in Russian? Firefox.
Yeah.
Firefox down. Yeah.
Think in Russian.
Think in Russian.
Perhaps not the best thing to do at the moment. Pussy button.
No.
There's a
What did you say?
show on Amazon Upload, and it's about the afterlife. But they open their hand like this, and it's their so like they just go like this, and I guess they're thinking or whatever, and that's how they talk. And I'm like, I wonder if someone can like make a movie. I feel like at this point, it's
I think someone's invented a phone.
Isn't there a
ring,
lot?
Yeah, there's like a
For
phone.
you.
There is a phone that you can buy that's two rings. I think that you can speak into.
What,
so.
like ring?
Yeah,
Exactly. I'm here all week. Try the view.
No, and the phone like it looks like an iPhone, but the screen pops up.
Oh, the
So that,
interface
like,
In that space.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't tell me that Elon Musk doesn't have a chip.
Need me a
in
babel
his head.
fish. Yeah, I like the
He's an alien.
reference. Who
Why
do we
else
have
would he not
next?
have
I think
a
it's probably exactly. Is this Rob's content?
Yes.
Yeah. Do
So
you want to take us through this, Rob?
Take it away, Rob.
I wanted to share a post from Rob Cortez. In it,
Yep.
he shares a dad joke. Scientists are studying the effects of cannabis on seabirds. They have left no turn unstoned.
These
So
just
that got
get
me
better.
thinking. Did you know on LinkedIn there's a hashtag for dad jokes? There's also one for humor and humorous. There's one for funny memes, funny videos, and funny Friday. And of course, there's hashtag LOL. So the question of the day was, does humor humanize content? Yes, of course it does. But is LinkedIn the place for it? After all, this isn't Facebook. In my opinion, your LinkedIn profile either positions you as a human or a billboard. I choose to be a human. Sometimes that means posting about very serious matters. Sometimes that means talking about things with commercial intent. And sometimes it means relating to people on the lighter side of things. Truth be told, that's probably where I'm most comfortable. Call me a fool. Mr. DJ, in light of the cannabis-themed dad joke and today's holiday, and to bring this full circle, can you please play What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers?
Got that in stereo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Doyle.
No problem. Anytime, man. Anytime.
I have fond memories. I said to the guys at the start of this, although my mic was muted, I had fond memories of that song driving along in my mum's car. That song was pretty much during my childhood on repeat. In the back of my mum's car, so.
On Rob's theme there, do you know that hashtag India has been overtaken as the most followed hashtag? It's now been overtaken by hashtag Gullible. Check it out.
Damn, you're good, Doyle.
No,
Damn, you're good.
Yeah.
And it's been taken out the English dictionary as well, Eric.
Yes, it has.
What the word Gullible?
That's an old one. I remember that one.
So what do you call a cow lying down?
What do you call a cow?
I guess we're going to have to wait for that.
Now, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a famous basketball player. So why does he do a dad joke in there? What do you call a cow lying down?
There's going to be a slight delay between the answers. we'll wait.
Call a cow lying down.
Why did the cow slip? It saw the salad dressing.
Oh, just phenomenal.
What do cows eat for breakfast?
Muesli.
Yeah.
Ground beef.
Ground beef. There we are.
Fantastic.
The contribution from Leah is just
quality. Leah's contribution is awesome.
It is awesome. To fill the remaining 20.
his pie joke again.
You want the seriously? You want the pie joke?
What do you want?
She wants the pie joke. In case
Eric
anyone
should tell
hasn't
his
heard it.
Who's got a pie joke?
I've got a pie joke.
I keep pushing the wrong button.
Go for it. What's your pie joke, Doyle?
My pie joke is I've said it about 40 times, but there might be one
joke.
person.
Let's hear the pie joke.
The pie joke. Do you know how much it costs for a mince pie in Antigua today? It's £3.20. In Barbados, a mince and mealy pie, which is a Scottish thing, but they sell them over there too, is £3.50. And a chicken pie in Turks and Caicos will cost you £3.80 today. Do you know what those are? Those are the pirates of the Caribbean. There you go. There you go. There you go.
These are
Pie joke.
no, I have heard it before. It just gets worse every time.
Better. It gets better every time.
I think it gets better.
Next content.
Next content.
Yes. So I think that the interesting thing about I think we've arrived at the conclusion that humor is a really powerful tool to engage people. That is certainly true, and I think that at one end of the scale you get the jokes. So you get the jokes like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Actually, it's funny. It raises a smile with people, but it doesn't have any business relevance. Then you get the piece of content that the guy shared about, we both breathe oxygen, therefore we got something in common, let's connect, which kind of, there's a business relevance to that. And everyone knows I'm my favorite thing is metaphors. So, this is a metaphor for this, and that's how you pull it round to the business. But the two things actually still begin life divorced. They're not actually connected together. And I think that although often I like to highlight Eric as being somebody that does stuff really well, this is a good example of exactly that. So
I didn't even know you were going to do this. I'm blushing.
Oh, good.
I do declare, Mr. Gray.
but I think
you've reached that age, have you, Eric?
I have. Yeah, I've got hot flush.
Yes. What is it that Jeremy Clarkson called it? A crisis.
A crisis, yeah.
But the point here is that you have made the content, the story, humorous, and I think that that's the key thing here. You do this with a lot of your videos where you've injected humor into the story itself, which makes the story stickier. So it's not like a bolt-on where you've thought, oh, here's the point I want to make, so I'll weave it around this funny image that I've got, or here's a funny meme that might get 100 likes. Nice, it does raise your awareness, but this actually makes the content more memorable. So it's quite a long one, this, so don't play it all, Tim, but if you just play a few minutes of this, because I think this is
much credit to Kevin Milne for playing the part of Ben and Sam.
Yeah, we need to pull out Kevin.
There's an interview going on next door. Company XYZ are looking for a new sales manager, and two very different candidates have turned up. Let's go check it out.
Do you remember living there, Eric?
Hey Ben, how you doing, man?
Hi, good, yourself?
Thank you. Yeah, really good. Thanks. Listen, I know we're pushed for time. Our colleagues have been in touch, and I know that they've shared some bits and pieces with you about the job spec. I have to say, lots of great experience in the sector and the industry that we are really interested in. I do have a question about what one of the things that's important is digital and social selling and bringing that into the organisation. Just tell us what that means to you today.
Yeah, I mean, I do most of my business online now on Zoom, like most of us are doing, working from home, and I find it challenging. I normally go to the meetings, but that's where I seem to do most of my work now is on Zoom, and then I use social media now and again, So
I was thinking more, the whole aspect of social selling and influence and prospecting and networking and closing business online. Are you doing much of that? Is that something that's
winning business on social media?
Yeah, through interactions on social.
Marketing will pull the leads in, and I usually follow up.
I love the way that
So typically,
it's that excruciating thing, isn't it? Where he just doesn't get it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is that working for you?
It's tougher than it was. I'll say that much. 100% tougher.
So just on the phone all the time, trying to get
emails, bit of marketing collateral. I drop out the odd comment into LinkedIn and keep that piece going. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of hard work.
No, it's tougher than it was. Much tougher. I think the pandemic's clearly done something to the industry. I don't know what it is though. So yeah.
And that whole.
There you go. 2 minutes. It's 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's quite a long one. Yeah, it's a toughie.
That's an old video. Doyle had hair in that one.
How dare you?
It's old place.
It's lovely, isn't it? The way that it everybody that watches that, I imagine, is feeling uncomfortable with how that interview is going, and the fact that he just doesn't get it. I mean, obviously Kevin did get it, but just that, you know, the character he's playing doesn't get what's going on. So you're doing lots of stuff on social media. Yeah, like I said, you know, most of it's on, and he just doesn't understand the question, let alone being able to formulate an answer. And I love the fact that you've made the humor the crux of what it is that's actually going on within the video as the delivery mechanism.
Oh, that's lovely.
And
it's an April Fool. You've been nice to me. It's just an April
no,
Fool.
It's an April Fool.
I have to. I was laughing.
I left the video with your head showing.
Thank you. It's blinding everyone right now. We need sunglasses. burning our retinas out. I'm laughing because that was the hardest thing to edit that I've ever done. That normally the videos that I make, I do in an hour or so, and they're done. It's, you know, they're not the most technical videos. They're quite easy to make. This one took hours and hours and hours because of the laughing. The laughing was. I mean, Kevin said some stuff that we had to take out. Which was so funny. And then it was equally hard to do his very mature, socially aware digital counterpart, Sam, that came in for the interview afterwards, who was all over social, ran a podcast, ran a LinkedIn Live, had multiple, did all these prospecting and networking and closing online. It was equally hard to do both because Kevin's very good at being the little man that just goes, I don't really have time, to be honest. And he would crack me up. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, thank you, Tim, for that. And thanks for bringing it up.
The TED Talk that Brentley mentioned earlier about the pirates. Can we bring that up, Tim, and then just skip to 8?
Can we?
Yeah,
Tim.
we can.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds.
Just while we're waiting for that. One of the things I'm kind of interested in, it's a shame that we haven't got our colleague Lorena here from Peru, because obviously we're a very kind of Anglo-Saxon group here, you know, and kind of humor is one thing. So I'm just wondering, obviously we're not working in too many markets outside of our home markets, but it would have been really fascinating to get some insight from other parts of the world to see how they use humor and whether it kind of lands in the same way on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's an interesting,
video.
Topic.
Ron VT.
Roll VT if you can, Tim. So it's 8 minutes 50 in, I think.
That should fill up time, shouldn't
it? Can you skip to 8:50?
I had a couple lamp robots, right? And more voices.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So I got more robots and more voices. And now I'm providing a method for everyone to use these robots for their own telemarketers. Okay. So now, instead of engaging with a telemarketer yourself or yelling at them or hanging up the phone or ignoring them, now these robots, these Jolly Roger telephone robots, can now engage with the telemarketers. And here's some real examples of what goes on here. Okay.
Hello.
Are you Richard?
Yes.
Hi.
Yes.
Are you Richard?
Yes.
I'll be honest, you're the first lady I've met with the name of Richard.
If you're trying to mess with me, this is pretty funny, actually, because most of the time I can tell when someone's messing with me. I'm pretty sure you're messing with me.
Sure.
Something tells me you are.
Sir, are you busy? You're talking on another phone? You're playing a game, for God's sake.
Are you enjoying this?
Now, what were you saying?
I'm asking you to verify your address with the last 4 of your social, not just say yeah every time I ask.
Sure.
Yes, sir. Sir. Okay, let me finish the question before you say yes and yes and yes and yes.
Okay.
What is your opinion of Hillary Clinton?
Right.
Would you say that this conversation has gone nowhere?
Yes. Can you start over? Who's this? Why are you calling?
I'm not telling you that. I have to get these questions done. Can you please not talk? Please help me out and let me ask you the question.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your opinion of Hillary Clinton?
Right.
Yeah. Like, this might be the weirdest conversation I've ever had with anybody.
I think most people would just say take my money with that. To be honest,
I get really upset, Sarah. My son loves it, but my wife hates it. When the phone rings in the car and it's, I'm terribly sorry to hear you were involved in a car accident. Would you like to speak to one of our operators to help you with your claim? So I say yes, but also I've worked out, because I've done it lots, if you go pineapple, you still go through, right? So go through and there's a little guy, I'm terribly sorry to hear you were involved in a car accident. Now I've since sussed out that they say where did it occur? If you say Scotland, they hang up. So there must be a law in Scotland, right? So I say London and they go, okay, London, that's fine. And I keep it going. And what happened? Well, I was sitting at the lights. And what time was this? This was lunchtime. Whereabouts? Hackney. Okay. Whereabouts in Hackney? And I've got a road in Hackney that I used to work on. Hammersmith. Hammersmith. I've got a road. And and what happened? Yeah, a big truck came in behind me and they're like, big truck, okay. And did he hit you? Yeah. And did you get paid out for the car? Yes. But did you get personal injury? No, I didn't. And can you describe your injuries? And I say, yeah, my head was completely severed. I'm sorry, what? My head was completely severed. And taken completely off. And it's really hampered my life. It's really hampered my life experience. I'm sorry, your head was completely severed. Yes. Or I'll get, or if I'm on my own and there's no one there, I'll maybe go a bit more X-rated with other parts of bodies. But I won't talk about that right now. But that my head being completely severed is a beauty, because they go, okay. I'm sorry, what?
Double take.
Yeah. Anyway.
I love when they call. I mess with them all the time.
Yeah, it's great
so
sport.
They call, and here in the States, we have a law where if you're on the federal do not call list and they call you, they're subject to fines. So when they call, they're used to people being angry at them. I do the complete opposite. Oh, I'm so glad you called. You have my name, right? Yeah. You know, obviously know.
John, I've got a live one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get in.
Quick, get it in the CRM.
No, I don't
Get
have
it.
that.
Get
My
it.
address is
Some years ago.
So
hold on, let him finish.
When can I expect my check? What? When can I expect my check? Huh? You're in violation of the federal do not call list. You owe me $500. When can I expect my check? Click.
What were you going to say, Adam? I think you were going to.
I was going to say that some years ago, Tim and I were waiting to go and see a client, and we were waiting for a client to turn up at this hotel, and we were sitting in reception, and Tim got a phone call, one of these cold calls, and he rather than just hanging up and saying I'm busy at the moment, he went, okay, that's really interesting. So how are you actually generating your leads? And then he turned it into an outbound sales call, which was fantastic, and it was good fun to watch.
I bet. The master at work.
So Brittany, did you want me to put up the link that you sent?
Oh, I was just sharing that. It's not really an April Fool's, but there's this. I mean, you can. There was this. This was 2015, but there's a hot dog stand / restaurant known as the Wiener Circle in Chicago. And they just their staff is trained to be rude and they're lassie. And this year, they completely decked out their sign. They covered the building and rebranded as the restaurant McDowell's from Coming to America. and then all
Love
the
that.
employees were dressed
Genius.
up, and they kept it going for, it was several days. It might have been like a week or something, and it was all a bit of a tourist attraction. And then like super late at night, it got kind of, after the bar, was like not kid friendly. They have publicity and the lines were there, and it was cool.
All I need to know is, did they serve a Big Mick? Is that what maybe? It's like the Big Mac. It's like the Big Mac, but better.
There's nothing like a knob joke, is there?
It was good. I tried to find a picture, but
should we go around the room and see if anyone has had what's the worst April Fool's prank that you've potentially played on someone or had played on you? Have a think. Anyone?
Sorry, William. Carry on, William. You've got one.
Yeah. I had a boomerang one when I was about 8 or 9, which was that great one of changing the salt and the sugar over. And my mum then decided that she would make scrambled eggs and put the sugar in there. And we didn't catch her on a good moment. Told her that she was caught out for April Fools, and we then had to eat sweet eggs for breakfast.
I used to work in Boots when I was younger on the sort of graveyard shift.
Other pharmacies are available.
Other pharmacies are available.
Oh right, I thought you meant Wellington.
From about 5 a.m., 5 to 7 a.m. And I hated it. Worst job I ever had. So to pass the time, I would go to. This is terrible. I used to go to the hair dye section and swap over the packets.
Is
Take
that
them out of the
common,
boxes.
Nick?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this is.
I know what the colours inside the box is.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, not ideal.
I
but
did
I
did the student prank, which is it's a common one where you get loads of plastic cups, fill them with water, and then you put them outside someone's door of their in the hall's residence, so that when they open the door, they're just like loads of plastic cups full of water.
Another good one is, do you remember the Christmas crackers, the little things that snap inside? If you're really careful, you can remove those and then just gaffer tape them to the underside of a toilet lid. It's another great one as well.
Right. Okay. That's so. I grew up in the construction industry, and it's rife with young apprentices being. It's not so much April Fools. It's like every day. It's every day. First and second year apprentices are just destroyed. So there's the nice ones. There's the ones that are actually quite romantic and quite quaint. Go to the stores and ask for a long stand.
Or a long wait.
Or a long wait. Yeah, exactly.
Tartan paint. Yeah.
Tartan paint. And it was so funny. I got abused by left-handed screwdrivers. Absolutely. And then the day when I was actually told to go and get a box of grease nipples, I went, that was a bloody stupid. I'm not going. I'm not that stupid. I was an electrical apprentice, so one of the great fun, thinking about it's so ridiculous. Capacitors hold electrical charge. They're like a battery that discharges as soon as you grab the terminals. So we used to take large capacitors the size of Coke cans and charge them up with a machine called a megger and wait for someone to walk past and go, Adam, and just chuck it. And your response is to grab it. And of course, when you grab it, you get this massive electric shock. And four 16-year-olds lying rolling on the floor, potentially nearly killing people, which is lovely.
A friend of my dad's used to do that with a similar thing with car batteries. Just stick the clips on the charger and then just hand them.
Lovely. My colleagues in France entertained me and no end. The first day I was over in France for April Fool, when they're going around hanging little paper fish on each other's coats.
Yeah.
That's so charming, isn't it? That's what they do. Just hanging little Jean-Michel, shall we go for a walk? And they just pat them on the back and put a little paper fish, and that has them rolling in the aisles.
When I was there, they did the old one about going around and saying it was my birthday. So people kept on coming into my office. Oh, bon anniversaire. What? Oh, yeah.
Mwah.
My roommate and I used to do pranks on our house guests, like rubber snakes and like whoopee cushions, like just scaring people. But was we got a remote control rat, and we were underneath the entertainment center. As like we were just sitting around like chatting or watching TV, especially like if we were getting ready to go out and people weren't paying attention, we would like drive across the living room and just watch people like notice, and it would take like a time or two before people would like call it out and be like, "There's a rat in here." But
there's a rat in the kitchen.
My friend,
I would
my friend Rory hadn't been home. He was studying here in Aberdeen and hadn't been home to Dublin for a few years. And on his first weekend home, his flight was late getting in. So his mother was really upset because he ran in the house, dumped his stuff, said, "Hello there, Mum. I'm going out to meet the boys for a few points," and never came in till 4 a.m. So they found him in a crumpled heap in the bathroom, upside down, got him kind of straightened out, and he eventually came down for breakfast. And his mother was ignoring him, and his father said, "Sure, you're in a bad way with your mother. What a shambles you were in last night." And he said, "Mom, why won't you speak to me?" And she said, "You know what you've done. You know what you've done." And he said, "What?" And she went, Go up and look in the shower. You're a disgrace to this family. You're a disgrace. I haven't seen you in 2 years, and you come home and you do that to us." And he went, "What's going on?" So he went upstairs and he opened the shower curtain, and there was a human
plastic.
Yeah, well, it looked real. She'd gone and bought this, and it was real in the shower, pride of place, sitting in the bottom of the shower, and he just fell to his knees with embarrassment. And of course, she walked in and she tore a strip off him, and then leaned over and picked him up and hit him in the face with it. And she said, "Don't be coming into my house in a state like that again."
Busted. Any more before we vanish for the weekend? Anyone else? No.
Good last favourite is a can of Coke and a Stanley knife. Just when someone started to drink it, and they've gone away, and just below the opening, so that when they pick the can up,
yes,
nice.
I did that, and the thing is, you kind of, someone played it on me, and you think you know you're dribbling, but you can't. Where's it coming from?
Genius, absolute genius. The stupid stuff.
Taking a screenshot of someone's friend and setting it as their wallpaper, watching them trying to change the screen.
I've done that a few times. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one.
Control.
Nice.
No, to put some screen upside down. Never tried that one.
Changed my friend's entire iPhone to Russian when he's not there. That was a party trick of mine for ages.
Oh.
And I used to I was the world's worst for it, and it's truly evil for waiting for someone to go to the bathroom when they're out and leaving their phone open and going onto Facebook and leaving messages about how great I am. I'm out with Eric Doyle, and I can't believe he's just the best person ever. You know, it's just.
Yep, never do that.
Never do that.
Well, that is, unfortunately, we've run out of time, and that is the end of today's show. You guys have been fantastic.
Well done, Nick.
Well
done, Nick.
First time hosting and editing.
It's amazing what you can put together at the last moment, isn't it?
It is. That's the story of my life, pretty much.
Especially when you just call Pete Can to eat up a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, save me, Pete. Yeah, have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and we'll be here same time next week, next Friday.